On you.
We on?
Yeah.
Sunday, December 4th, 1994. The man sees himself whipping the yellow frisbee through the drizzle, the disc spinning past the crimson leaves, tumbling from the autumn sky. 2 dogs leap. There goes Molly, a 5-year-old sleek black Labrador. The man did not think he could love a dog this much. He and Molly go fishing and hunting together, swimming with the family at Mongot Falls. Understanding commands and hand signals, knowing each other intuitively, a man and his dog in perfect harmony. He got Bill, the yellow lab puppy, so Molly wouldn't have to be alone all day. Bill is turning out special, too. Sometimes neighborhood kids come by and watch the morning frisbee routine, not on this rainy day. The spiraling frisbee comes down safely in Molly's mouth before an appreciative audience of one Ken Lake. They know it's breakfast time now. Molly goes out to the doghouse and fetches her dish. That's about the only time they're free. When they know there's food waiting, the dogs never bolt. Ken's wife, Barbara, offers to feed them while her husband begins his chores. The phone rings. She turns her back for a moment. When she looks around, the dogs are gone. Ken Lake hops into his Chevy wagon. Must be at one of the neighbors on Dawson Road. Once before, the dogs took a little walk onto the Crawford farm next door. The friendly farmer had phoned the Lakes to let him know the dogs were fine. He'll probably be calling any minute if Ken doesn't find them first. There are no calls. No signs of Molly. No Bill. Gone. How could this be? Ken Lake hurtles into the Chevy and settles out again into the triangle of land bordered by Otisville, Wallkill, and the Sullivan County line. He thinks of Buttons, his boyhood dog. They were born at about the same time. He and the mutt would romp together through the Orange County countryside. And then of Ken's mother, with cancer. He was 9, and she was gone. Buttons was there for Ken. When Ken was 12, Buttons up and left. Sorry, said his father. Buttons is old. Sometimes dogs just go off and die. Gone. How could those you love just disappear? Ken Lake, now a broad-chested 220-pound man, searches again. As a man, Lake vowed he will find these dogs, his dogs. And so each day, the man replays that morning of Saturday, October 1st. Each day, he sets out on his dogged search. Some owners of lost dogs put ads in the paper. Ken Lake did that, in every local paper, down through Pennsylvania and northern Jersey. Some people put up signs. Ken Lake did that too, posting 1,300 of them. Ken Lake has logged more than 1,500 miles cruising local roads. He took a week off from his family printing business, searching from sunup to sundown. He talked to every neighbor, combed every stretch of woods. He called me. Sorry, sir, I don't do lost dog stories. Too many of them to start. Lake visited every animal shelter in a 50-mile radius, including Pennsylvania. He talked to every dog control officer. He visited school bus garages all the way to Port Jervis. Folks 20 miles away would call Lake at 5 a.m. saying they thought they saw a black dog around. Lake hopped into his wagon like a state trooper on call. Drove back home empty again. He called me twice a week. Sorry, Ken, I really am. I don't do lost dog stories. He called every vet. Here, take a flyer. He spoke to hunters, asked them to look for carcasses. He posted a big reward. He hired a private investigator. This is what he knows. It's unlikely they were run over. Not 2 dogs. They could be in a lab. They could be sold by a dog napper. The dog control officers say there's a lot of dogs disappearing, and not as many found. Ken Lake called me again this week, 2 months after his labs disappeared. I was about to tell him again that I don't do lost dog stories. And then I understood. This is the story of a lost man. One of everyone looking for something that disappeared before our eyes. Bill is a yellow Labrador, male, 6 months old. Caramel color across the top of his back and on his ears. Blonde on side, near white belly. Molly is black Labrador, female, 5 years old, shiny double coat, 50% white hair on chin area. Tattoo ID 057504178 on her inner thigh, only slightly visible. Call Ken Lake at 692-4451. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Reward, no questions asked.